What's up everyone, Jeff Miller here, Pinball Pimp. On this episode, we're going to be shopping out a 1993 Data East Jurassic Park machine. Now I've seen a lot of these machines come through my shop in the last 20 years, and they are always beat to hell, and you can tell they've been played by a million people. Well, I got a call last week from a woman who said her father bought this brand new in 1993, so I just had to go look at it. And boy, it really shows that it looks that new. So, we're going to dive into this thing, get it all shopped out with some new rubbers and some new LEDs, make this thing look new again. So let's go to it. All right, first things first, let's slide the glass off of this thing and take a peek at it and see what we're dealing with. We got some ball dirt on the playfield, but that's typical when these games sit that long. All the plastics look to be in really nice condition, and I don't see any of them that are broken. The ramp is in really nice shape as well with no cracks, and it should clean up flawlessly. The scoops are really nice as well, which means that the game wasn't played that much. By the time I get done polishing this thing out with new rubbers, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. So some of the parts we have are a new flipper rebuild kit, all the colored rubbers, there's the nice original manual that came with the game, and of course a full set of colored LED bulbs. The cabinet on this game is absolutely flawless for its age. I don't notice hardly any scratches on the original screen printed art, which is very, very hard to come by on this machine. It will require minimal touch-up to make it look like new again. Now let's take a peek at the inside of this machine and check out the electronics. As you can see, everything looks nice and clean. I don't see one hack on any of the original boards, and all the wires and plugs look like they are new. So this machine is 31 years old, and all they had back then was incandescent bulbs, and that's not going to cut it. So the first thing I'm going to do is switch everything out in the back box to LED bulbs. Then we're going to lift up the playfield and do the same thing to all the inserts. As you can see, this is one of the easiest parts of the job. You just have to unscrew about 37 bulbs and replace them with another 37 LEDs. Okay, before we replace all the bulbs and the inserts, I just wanted to show you what the inside of the cabinet looks like. And you can see that there's hardly any dirt at all, and this thing is just about as clean as they come. The bottom of this playfield is beautiful. There's no soot or black dust anywhere, and it looks like it almost came out of the factory. For a machine that's 31 years old, you usually don't see them in this nice a condition very often. All right, time to change out all these old incandescent bulbs with color LEDs in all the inserts. Should take me around 2 hours, but when I'm done, this machine will be 3 times brighter. All right, well, I've got about 10 bulbs that are underneath this subway that I can't get my fingers in to get to. So I need to take this off anyway and clean it. It's not that dirty, but once I get that off, we can get these other 10 or so bulbs in, and that'll just about finish up the bottom of the playfield. All right, now that I have the subway removed, it's time to take out the screws and take off the cover plate. I'll get this thing in the wash tub and get all the dust off of it. Then I'm ready to do a little polishing. I'll take my Novus fine scratch remover polish and get this thing slicked up and crystal clear. Then we can get it put back on the bottom of the playfield. All right, I've got all the LEDs installed on all the inserts under the playfield, and it looks so much better. So the next thing we're gonna do is start tearing the playfield down, new rubbers, polish it up. She's gonna look gorgeous. All right, so I got all the new LED bulbs installed in all the inserts on the bottom of the playfield. I also went and installed all the flashers as well that I could get to. I took the subway off, I cleaned it, I polished it, I put it back on. So now the next thing to do is tackle the top side and start tearing down this playfield. All right, here we go again. The start of the long process to tear this entire playfield down. If I had $1 for every screw I removed off a pinball playfield, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now. Now that I have all the screws removed, I can get this main ramp off the playfield and out of my way. I'll do the same by removing the apron as well. Next, I'll tear off all the lane guides and the slingshots, get them into the wash tank and get them cleaned up. Now that everything's out of my way, I'll use a little spray cleaner and a toothbrush to get the majority of dirt off the playfield. Next, I'll use my magic eraser and alcohol to take the playfield all the way back down to the clear coat where it looks nice and shiny and not one speck of dirt. And the final step is to polish this playfield out to a nice, bright, slick shine with some Novus 2 playfield polish. So here's the ramp. It's not too bad. It's a little dull where the ball's been going up it for 30 years, but compared to most ramps, this thing is really nice and it'll clean up nice and shiny. When you hear that squeak, you know it's cleaning up nicely. All right, so I cleaned the ramp and then I polished it. And then I flame polished it, so it looks crystal clear again. You gotta watch it. You don't wanna melt the plastic when you hit it with the flame. Hey, thanks for watching episode 1. Be sure to tune in next week when I finish pimping this thing out and I show you the reveal. Until next time, keep on flipping. Pimp out. If you'd like to see more pinball craziness, be sure to like, tag, share, and follow me at Pinball Pimp.